Merry belated Christmas, everybody! Welcome to Get Busy Watching. I'm your host, Honest Dan. Let's talk movies, the last batch of 2021. After this, it's just going to be my top and bottom lists of the year. I can't wait to compile that stuff, so let's finish this year off with this rapid fire. Sun Wukong is a demon on a path of redemption with his master. After accidentally releasing the oldest and most evil of demons and taking his master hostage, Wukong sets out to right his wrong. These movies never get old, man. I mean, it's not great, but for what it is, it's pretty cool. Chinese animation groups seem to love their fast-paced, blink-and-you'll-miss-it action, and I gotta say, I absolutely love it. Lots of creative characters, distinguished, and fruity is the most adorable thing I've seen in animation in a long time. I even got emotional in the climax. Wasn't expecting that. Complaints include some wonky translations and Wukong's change of heart to being a more righteous character. It feels pretty sudden without a whole lot of development. I really dug this one. It's only $4 on YouTube, and I highly recommend checking it out. My honest rating for Monkey King Reborn, a 4 out of 5.
我是妖，是会作恶的妖。
妖有善恶之分呀，谁说只会作恶的？
Claire Redfield returns to Raccoon City to convince her older brother Chris that the Umbrella Corporation is evil. Things get messy when the city is ravaged by a zombie outbreak. Do yourself a favor and stay drunk when you watch this, otherwise you're in for a royally painful time. I wasn't entirely convinced that this wasn't a parody of the video game franchise, considering how woke as shit it was. Seemingly only the female characters are competent at surviving, whereas the male characters are dumbasses. No one acts or looks like their counterparts, the CGI is horrendous, the callbacks are lame, the acting and directing is awful as sin, the writing is amateur, it takes half the movie to get to anything resembling the games, and none of it follows the game anyway. I'd rather play a solo run on Resident Evil 5. Fuck this movie, I'm sticking to the CG ones. My honest rating for Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City, a 1 out of 5.
Hey!
You snooze, you lose.
What?
It's Jill Sandwich now.
It's 60 years later, and a resurrected Neo thinks the original trilogy was a video game he created. Turns out it was all real, he's back in the real world and wants Trinity back from this new Matrix. Legit fans are gonna hate this, but as a casual fan of the franchise, I gotta say I had a lot of fun with this. I won't pretend to understand the story any better than Reloaded or Revolutions, nor is there anything wow-inducing aside from maybe the climax. The action is nowhere near as good as the OG, and the tone is everywhere. That being said, if Path of Neo is any indication, the Wachowskis aren't above making fun of their own movies, which is hilarious. As well as clearly ego-stroking themselves, but Keanu and Carrie have better chemistry and even emotions in this, so it's a win. I know I'm probably in the vast minority that actually enjoys this movie, but I guess, it was inevitable. My honest rating for The Matrix Resurrections, a 4 out of 5.
Uh-oh. No. No. Whoa. What do you mean, no? You wanted this. You did this. This was your...
Hi, I'm Andy Wachowski.
And I'm Larry Wachowski.
At this point, it's martyr time. Now, maybe that works in a movie, but in a video game, the Jesus thing is, well...
Lame.
Really lame. And enjoy enlightenment!
Max Mercer is a kid whose family leaves him behind on accident during a Christmas vacation. While they're gone, home invaders show up to reclaim a doll that Max stole from them. This is punishment for your kids, not family entertainment. This gets everything wrong. The kid is unlikable with no arc that leads to his redemption. The home invaders are kind of likable when they're not being terrible actors whom you don't want to see get hurt, but get hurt pretty badly. The writing is on par with typewriting monkeys, most of the slapstick isn't from the trap set by the kid, the climactic chaos doesn't last long, and dear God, the jokes are awful! Fart jokes, infidelity jokes, and an incest joke! What the actual fuck? I mean, if you hate your kids, go ahead and watch this, but I'm calling CPS. No child deserves this. My honest rating for Home Sweet Home Alone, a 1 out of 5.
Don't touch me, perv. I'm your sister.
Sandra Bullock is a cop killer who did her 20-year stint in prison and is free. Now she has her sights set on reuniting with her baby sister, now an adult, and endure societal judgment. You can never go wrong with Sandy, but this material was not worthy of her. Not bad though. Most of my issues stem from the oversaturation of beating down Sandra. Not that I don't believe this wouldn't happen. Do your time, public will still treat you like you're in jail, but there's too much of it and not enough people just avoiding her. Some subplots feel watered down or even unnecessary, and some characters feel way too one-dimensional. What saves the project is, you guessed it, Sandra and her incredible commitment to her performance. Unless you're a fan of Sandy, I would say, yeah, give it a watch, but you don't need to rush out to see it. My honest rating for The Unforgivable, a strong 3 out of 5.
If you had any respect...
Respect? You just talk about respect. I spent 20 years in a fucking cell beside your walk-in closet waiting for one.
Jessica Chastain is Tammy Faye, the Christian woman embroiled in a money scandal with her husband, Andrew Garfield, at the height of their TV popularity and its downfall. Fascinating. A Christian movie that I can't consistently make fun of, nor do I dislike it. To be fair, when I say that, this movie isn't in the league as a prototypical PureFlix product. It's not just out to tell the audience to be believers or else. No, it's about this married couple who gets so wrapped up in their own crap that their marriage implodes in the wake of scandal after scandal, and Tammy's faith holds her together. Garfield is downright outstanding, and Chastain is nothing short of annoyingly endearing, absolutely owning this movie with her laugh alone. It may be a rags to riches story, but it's one of the more compelling ones and worth checking out. My honest rating for The Eyes of Tammy Faye, a strong 4 out of 5.
Have I ever told you that I am the luckiest man on the face of this planet? Have I ever told you that?
Not today.
Not today?
Nicole Kidman is Lucille Ball, and as she struggles with her career, she is also struggling with a scandal involving her being a communist and a tabloid paper accusing her husband of cheating. Aight, movie. You got me. I really liked it, and for reasons I wasn't quite expecting. Kidman is amazing. I'm a hardcore simp for her, so of course I would love her in this. But the man of the hour has to go to both Javier Bardem and Tony Hale. Holy God, man. I've never been much of a fan of either guy, but for the first time, I'm absolutely gaga over them and think this is their career best performances. The leads' respective chemistry is nuclear, the writing is sharp and funny, but also has a genuine heart that I found eternally endearing and ultimately tragic. Lucy Arnaz says this is terrific, and I'm inclined to agree. I highly recommend this. My honest rating for Being the Ricardos, a 5 out of 5.
I'll do something about it, but right now...
Got it. Priorities. You're right.
Say that again, let's see you're right.
No.
Tom Hanks is surviving in a post-apocalypse and builds a robot named Jeff to take care of his dog. Oh, the feels, man. All the feels. I mean, there are some things that I don't like, but it's not a bad time. It's pretty rare that Hanks does anything legit bad, and this is no exception, mostly because he carries the film quite well. He's charismatic as always, bouncing from hopeful to hopeless, irritated and angry to grateful and melancholic. His talents aren't wasted. The robot Jeff takes some getting used to, as he does talk like a stereotypical robot, but is given humanity that slowly becomes endearing, and by the end of it all, you like him. My only issues are certain plot points are set up to play big parts in the story, but get zero development and don't mean much in the long run. Far from perfect, but I certainly think it's worth a watch. If you have Apple Plus, I recommend checking it out. My honest rating for Finch, a 4 out of 5.
Good as new. Well, we have got to get this show on the road. You have a lot to learn.
Bradley Cooper falls in love with Rooney Mara at a freak show circus, eventually running away to do their own thing. But as his fame rises, so does his greed, causing friction in his relationship. It's a hell of a woven tale, and it's pretty good. Probably need to see it twice to fully understand it, but it is flawed. What I mean is that the first, hour of this 2.5-hour flick is a setup to the actual story of a man's fall back to rags after achieving riches. Not to mention, I fail to truly connect with the story as I don't really want to root for Cooper's character. That's the point, of course, but I'm not invested in his motivations, which seem confused. But Cooper's awesome, Cate Blanchett chews the scenery, Guillermo del Toro's direction is fantastic, so there's a lot to respect. It takes a while for it to find its own feet, but when it does, it's an intriguing story, and I recommend it. My honest rating for Nightmare Alley, a strong 4 out of 5.
Oh, I know you're no good, and I know that because neither am I.
Thanks so much for watching, you guys. I really appreciate it. Have a great day, stay safe and healthy out there. Hope to see you soon.